Today I'm going to show you how to play an actual song. Well, part of a song anyway. This is a little riff slash kind of a lick. It's like a really cool melodic pattern here. And this is one of my all-time favorite songs. So let me play this for you real quick and then we'll break everything down. That's not it. No, hang tight guys, hold on. Hey guys, hold on one second. I'm so sorry. Hold on. God, this is so embarrassing. Oh, jeez. Yeah, bro. Gunner, oh, I'm so glad you answered, dude. Hey, dude, I really need some help, man. I'm trying to play this song. Can you come up to the studio, please, and help me out? I'm a little busy right now. Can we, maybe do this tomorrow? Gunner, dude, you sound like you're drinking, man. Dude, are you drinking my bottle? Dude, I don't know what you're talking about, man. All right, just please come up, dude. I know you can nail this song for our audience, so I really could use your help. Okay, man, okay. I'll be up in 5, all right? Jeez. Alright guys, let's break this down, and yeah, that's the main riff, that little intro piece there to Poison by Alice Cooper. This is one of my all-time favorite songs, by the way. I wish I could pull it off. I'm glad Gunner's here. I'll tell you a little bit more about why I love this song so much at the end of the video, so if you want to hang around for that little chat, hey, I think you might enjoy that. But yeah, Gunner is going to show us how to play this, since again, I can't seem to pull this off. And by the way, for my Patreon supporters, I have the tabs for this piece here, as well as some backing tracks for you. So head over to Patreon and grab that after you watch the video. If you'd like to become a Patreon supporter, there's a link in the description of this YouTube video. All right, so I've got Gunner coming in here. We're gonna break this down into 3 pieces, and they're pretty simple when you break them down this way. So I'm gonna have Gunner play the first piece for you now that we're gonna learn. So this is a really cool piece of music here. I just love the way this is composed. You're on that D and G string. You're on the D and G strings there, and you're kind of hopping back and forth between the two there. And actually, you're playing that open D string, then coming down on a fretted note there on that same string, going back to open, again, kind of hopping back and forth here. And then you're playing some notes over on that G string there. So what I want to do is I'm going to have Gunner kind of go through this again, but real slow here, okay? I'm gonna have him play this a little bit slower, so just kind of pay attention to what he's doing here, and here it is. Now let's move on to the second part of this just really killer riff in Poison by Alice Cooper. So Gunner's going to play this part for you, and then we'll kind of break this down a little further, because this part can be a little tricky too, but I'll show you a cool way to kind of get around that. So the tricky part to this part of the song here is that you're going over from one string to another on the same fret. We're on that D string, we're going from 4 to 5, frets 4, 5. Then we're gonna roll our finger over to the 5th fret, from the 5th fret D string to the 5th fret on the G string. That can be a little tricky, and sometimes that can cause some unwanted noise. Now, I don't want you to beat yourself up too bad over anything in life really, but especially over this. If you happen to get a little string noise. The more you play this, the more you'll get used to it, but it is kind of tricky. So I just like to make sure as I'm rolling my finger from one fret to another, when you're rolling across those two strings there, to actually roll that finger so that you're only playing that next note, if that makes sense. So I'm going to have Gunnar go through that part again real slowly, just piece by piece. Now you'll notice that he did that twice, and that's part of that song there. You just do that little piece twice there, so you're doing that little roll 2 times. But then to end that part of the riff there, you're going to go to the 2nd fret D string and then that open string again. Now the final piece to this riff, Poison by Alice Cooper. Again, I love this song. Hang around for the chat. I'll explain why I love this song so much. But this last piece, and again, this is really just the intro. I mean, he plays this part in other parts of the songs again, but I'm kind of just showing you the way the intro flows here. They actually start out with just that riff before those power chords come in, which I'm going to share those power chords with you as well for the intro after this part. But anyway, so this last piece, you're kind of going back to where you started again, but it's just a little different, okay? So listen to the way Gunnar plays this. So as you heard, he's kind of hopping back and forth just a little bit more, kind of, ending where we started, but then just prolonging that a little bit. Now, I want Gunnar to play this through one more time for you, just so you can hear it out in the open. And then I'm gonna share really just the 2 power chords that are played behind this little riff here. All right, here are the power chords behind the riff, and then I'll have Gunnar play it through all together one more time for you. And then, again, hang around for our little chat about Poison by Alice Cooper. Real simple there, just a B flat and then a D. Now we're in the key of D minor in this part here. So if you're playing, I know we're playing power chords here, so it doesn't matter, but it kind of does matter. And I've had this question come up in regards to power chords, like, well, do I have to call it a minor if I'm playing power chords? You don't. However, you want to know what key you're playing in, because that's going to determine the other chords and notes that go within that key, if that makes sense. Okay, so in this case, we are in the key of D minor. So if you were strumming an acoustic or something like that, you just felt like doing that, because hey, I play a lot of stuff on acoustic. You guys know I play out on the weekends, and I play a lot of 80s stuff on acoustic. So, in that case, it's kind of good to know, where those notes and those chords are within that key. So anyway, B flat and D power chords and or D minor. Now I'm gonna have Gunnar play it all the way through in the full mix, and then we'll have a little chat about Poison by Alice Cooper and why I dig this song so much. Before we get into our little chat about why Jason loves this song so much, just wanted to remind my Patreon supporters your tabs and backing tracks are out there. So after you watch this, please grab those. Don't forget to get those. If you would like to support me on Patreon, there's a link in the description of this video. What I do is I have one simple, inexpensive tier level, and I commit to giving you backing tracks and tablature to at least 2 of my YouTube lessons per month. Now, there are also some other links in the description of this YouTube channel to my music, to my guitar courses that are online. So please check those out, guys. That's a great way to support this channel and what I'm doing, and I greatly appreciate that. There are 3 reasons why I love this song. First of all, I love that little lick, that little riff that we just went over. Now, caveat, I don't know for certain if that's the exact way that the guitarist for Alice Cooper at that time played that riff or wrote that riff. I just kind of play it the way that it makes most sense to me, and that's what I'm sharing with you guys. There may be another way to play it or a better way to play it, and if you seek that out, that is perfectly fine. I just like to kind of share my own experience with you guys, and I hope that helps you. Now, the second thing I love about this song is the progressions, the chord progressions, and more so the key changes. Now, of course, I didn't play the entire song and I didn't play the chorus or the verse and all that good stuff, but when you go listen to the song, of course, if you've heard the song, if you're familiar with it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That might be the same thing that hooks you to love this song so much. But if you've never heard this tune, of course, I hope that you go listen to it because it is awesome. The funny thing is I've never been like a hardcore Alice Cooper fan. I don't dislike his music, but I just never really dove into his music. Just never really appealed to me except for Poison. When I heard this song, I'm like, oh my God, I love this song. But yeah, I love those chord progressions that he's doing, and more so the key changes, right, that he's doing throughout the song, especially in the chorus there. It just really makes the song so powerful. Reason number 3 is I was introduced to this song and music video when MTV aired this really awesome show called Headbangers Ball. Now, a lot of you guys and girls my age and up, of course you remember Headbangers Ball, and even some of you younger folks have probably heard of it. Maybe you've gone back and watched prior episodes. I don't even know where you can watch that now. But they showed just these awesome, you know, hard rock and heavy metal videos, and man, you could just sit there for hours and just soak it all in. But that's when I heard Poison the first time. Again, I wasn't really into Alice Cooper so much until I heard this song and I saw the video. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. Like the drums were hanging from these really cool chains and he's like banging them and water's coming up and stuff. And of course, Alice Cooper just looks cool. It was just a really awesome video and just so captivating. So that was kind of my introduction to that song. This is one of those songs to this day that if it comes on my station, if I'm listening to music in the gym, which I often do, and I hear the song, I'm gonna listen to the entire song. I'm never skipping this song because I love it so much. Now, that song was released back in 1989, by the way, and I was just getting into hard rock and heavy metal, and I just started playing guitar at the end of 1989. So this was like a really prime moment for my life. You know, I was 15 years old, 14 or 15 years old at the time, and I was just getting into guitar. I just got into Metallica prior to that, and Guns N' Roses and Joe Satriani, and I was just being introduced to this brand new world that I was not exposed to before. So it was just such a moment for me, and just such a captivating moment. And I absolutely just soaked everything up at that time, and this is one of the songs that I was soaking up as well. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, and hey, maybe you have some history of why you like this song, or maybe you love a similar song, because I know I kind of shared some passion behind why I like this song so much, Poison by Alice Cooper. Hey, feel free to leave comments, and if you guys have any questions on the lesson itself, feel free to leave comments on that as well. Guys, thank you so much for watching my channel. I appreciate you. Please give this a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed. I'm constantly putting out helpful videos for metal guitar players. I've also been putting out some tips for playing live. You guys know I play a lot of live solo gigs these days, so I'm kind of merging the channel into that territory as well. So yeah, be sure to stay tuned for more content, and I'll see you on the next video. Guys, until then, as always, keep it metal.